Hey YouTube world, here we are with the 2019 Jeep Wrangler JL Unlimited Sport. This is a follow-up video to my previous one where I went over some of the recent upgrades that we made to the Jeep for our Overland adventures. So today I wanted to do a little bit of a follow-up and run down some of the things that were done recently and talk a little bit about my experiences so far. So quick recap, this is a 2019 Jeep. It was bone stock up until about 2.5 months ago. And since then we've kind of gone a little crazy. As everybody knows, once you start into this rabbit hole, there is no return. But we're really enjoying it, really seriously enjoying it. So the Jeep's got a 2.5-inch Mopar lift with the Fox shocks, and been really happy with these so far. They run fantastic on and off-road. I'm sure you could spend a lot more and get some crazy piggyback style shocks that do a lot more, but so far these have been fantastic. This Jeep sees a lot more on-road than off-road, so for me it was important to make sure that I maintained drivability, and I'm really happy with these. I wouldn't change a thing. The wheels are Hilo. They're 17 by 9. Really like the design, and they've been bulletproof so far. No issues. Been happy with them. I took them off-road. They're tucked in the wheel enough where I didn't incur any scratches or bad, marring on rocks. So happy with that so far. These are a -12 offset, if I remember correctly. The tires are Nitto Ridge Grapplers. These are 35s. Finally had these off-road. Went to Yukon National Forest in North Carolina. Spent a day out there doing the easy and moderate trails. And I aired down to 18 PSI. And man, super impressed. These tires did so well. Not only are they quiet on the highway and have good road manners, but they were absolutely fantastic off-road, which is probably why they get such great reviews. So I agree. Check in the box for the Nitto Ridge Grapplers. Other mods that we did were the side steps. These also have a little bit of a lower bar that works really well. I only made contact once on a fairly difficult spot while off-road. Took a little bit of a scrape to the lower bar on the other side, but the powder coat on these is so thick that it didn't even go through the powder coat, so I'm really happy with that. While we're looking at this side, you can see I have these plastic covers on the hinges. Actually, they're not easy to notice that they're even there because they match the color of the Jeep so well. They're supposed to be black, but I think they're more gunmetal than anything. I also did the covers over all the hinge locks. There's like 6 of them on the Jeep. Got some nice graphics here, vinyl, American flag, and also these LED lights, which I'll turn on in a minute. 2-inch cube lights up top on both sides, and also added this distressed American flag on the hood vinyl graphic, which turned out really well as well. On the front, we've got the EAG steel bumper. Had factory cutouts. Had cutouts for the factory fog lights, so I relocated my factory fog lights into this bumper. Worked out really well. We've got a rough country 12,000-pound winch underneath the cover. Yeah, you know what? I like the cover actually. It's also made by Rough Country. It's neoprene, and it's very weatherproof, and it keeps all the crap out of it. So 2 thumbs up for the cover. I also like this rubber bumper. It just slides over and bolts, and it keeps this from swinging into the bumper or moving around. It's fantastic. It's really cheap and it's solid. Same 2-inch cube lights, LED cube lights that are on the hood are mounted here. However, these have the amber covers on them, and I use them for daytime running lights every day, all day, and they're great. Behind the grill, you can see I've got an American flag, LED bulbs for the headlights, LED bulbs for the fog lights. I haven't touched the turn signals or anything like that. Down below, we've got JKS sway bar disconnects. Really love these. Got to use them off-road for the first time. It's a pin here that you undo, and you rotate this 180 degrees up, and you pin it up here. I understand that some of the older versions required you to maybe use zip ties and other things like that, and this has been just so easy to use. The only thing you have to be aware of when you go to put them, reconnect them for driving back on the road, you want to make sure that you're on level ground and that your sway bar is fairly level, or else you'll have a hard time hooking everything back up. Piece of cake. I would say money well spent. You can see the steering stabilizer down below. That came as part of the lift kit. New control arm, steering stabilizer, springs, bumpers, sway bar disconnects. Yeah, fairly standard stuff. Here's the other side. We've got the light there. On the top, we've got the Best Top Trek Ultra. I've been really happy with this top. We've had it on now for, 2 months or so. We use it all the time. It's just so easy to operate. Just 2 quick clips and away you go. And the only thing we don't use is, they give you these pouches, but these clips, one on either side, the whole top just opens so quickly. Let's do it. If I can reach it. Yeah. Look at the effort. And that is it. Top down. While we're on the inside, rough country neoprene seat covers. Put those on, about 3-4 weeks ago. Front and back. Gotta say, really like them. They fit super snug. They were fairly easy to install. It took about 2 hours. There's a lot of wedging your body into very unique positions to try to get underneath the seats to get everything. But once they're in there, man, they're comfortable and they're so easy to clean. And with cloth seats, I think it's the way to go. Stuff that you probably wouldn't notice. I've got a Red Arc tow controller. This is their latest and greatest. This thing is just the remote, so you can turn this to set however you want your brake force. You can apply the brakes to the trailer. You can do all kinds of great stuff with this. It's really sweet. The main unit I mounted behind this panel. It was super easy to mount up. It doesn't even have to be level. Just put it wherever you can fit it. It ties into the Jeep OEM harness, so it was very simple to wire in. And also behind here, I've got the Taser Mini for the JL. And that's how I do some of the other features, like, the start-stop feature I've got turned off. I've changed my tire sizes. I've set the lights to do different things. All kinds of fun features that you can do there. Just a protective cover for the sill, the door sill. Your very standard gas cap cover. On the back, we've got a nice spare tire carrier. It's made by Jeep Performance Parts. It's a Mopar part. It's a lot more robust than the OEM. And the third brake light relocation kit came with it, which I like very much. On the back here, I've got your table, which I really like. Just took a bungee cord and ran through a set of shop towels, which gives me a paper towel holder in the back. I couldn't find a use for my old light that was on my hardtop, but turns out it works out really good right there. So I used some 3M stick tape, and it ain't going anywhere. It's mounted really well, and now we've got light for outside if we need it. Ran the wires down and underneath and right to the 12 volt. In the back, I've got this nice molly bag. It's got all kinds of compartments on the inside. I keep all different things in there for off-road and some tools, things like that. Also, speaking of off-road, down below I've got your standard soft shackles, tow strap, a tree strap, some tools, definitely a breaker bar, the winch remote, lug nuts, removal tools, that sort of thing. Anything that you're going to need to change a tire or help in a recovery situation. I try to keep the things that I'm going to use most often in the Jeep, and the things that you only need when you go off-road, I keep them in a bag and just throw them in there when I'm ready to go. Down below, you've got your nice shock mounts here for the aftermarket shock. They come with these covers, which I think are pretty nice. The only thing that I added down here were rough country sliders for the shock and control arm mount. Did that on both sides. I thought those were pretty good. And the value, they're maybe 50 bucks or so. It's, I think, the lowest part on the whole Jeep, and they are inclined to get beat up. So money well spent. You can see that I have no muffler. This is just a straight pipe from the axle back. You can see where it connects to the original factory exhaust pipe. So this pipe is, just maybe 2.5 feet long or so, and it sounds really good. Plus you get rid of the low-hanging stock muffler. Tomorrow this actually goes into the gear shop, and we're getting 488 gears, which we're pretty excited about. Factory gears on this are 345s, which, as you can imagine, with all this work done in big tires, it still drives, it still does highway speed, but it's hunting for gears, typically 5th, 6th, 7th, and you don't really see 8th too much. It did pretty darn well off-road with the 345s. I was surprised, but we are planning on towing a Overland trailer with this, so the 488s are going to be fantastic. So tomorrow we get some new gear sets and new front and rear differential covers as well. Probably noticed I've got the recovery hook on the back here, and also the Oracle LED backup lights. I installed those not long ago, and I wired them right there into the factory tow accessory 7-pin plug. So I just tapped into the reverse circuit and wired them right there, so when you put the Jeep in reverse, they come on. I'm going to start this up real quick, and I'll show you what it looks like with the lights on. So when the Jeep starts up, it is programmed with aux switches. So aux 3 is my hood lights, and aux 4 is my daytime running lights. So these side marker lights will come on. The Taser JL puts on the parking lights, and you get the 2 amber driving lights. So that's the daytime running mode, which is really nice. It's very visible. I think it's actually a little nicer than having the headlights on for daytime running lights, and it looks pretty smart. If we turn on the headlights and I turn on the hood lights, you can see all of them. These are all LED conversions, and you could remove the amber covers on the winch brush guard mount and make those white as well. They just snap on and off super quick. So seriously, just that quick, and you can take the cover off. And what's really great about these covers is they don't move. You would think that, you know, they might have a tendency to get lost, but no such luck. I'm really happy with them. One of the other things that I did is actually under the hood. Let's see if we can't open this up. There we go. So under the hood, I made an extension cable and I just zip tied here. It doesn't go anywhere, and it's got these. I put these nice quick disconnect plug on it, and what I use this for is my air compressor setup. So instead of having to alligator clip to the battery, I just drag this out, and it's 12 or 15 feet. So it'll reach either side of the vehicle, or, you know, give me a nice extension if I need to help somebody else. And I just connect my air compressor to it. So here's the other end of the air compressor, lead. I connect it to the battery cable, and I can set this, you know, a decent distance away if I need to. I've made up this quick disconnect here. So I've got a double system. I can read pressure, I could isolate it, and these connectors are fantastic. They stay on the air valve on each tire. You don't have to sit there and hold them. For deflating, I've tried a bunch of different things. I've tried your typical accessories that are out there. The valve removal tool, which, you know, removes your valve stem core. To me, yeah, it lets air out fast, but it's a little bit extra work. These easy deflators, I set these on my spare tire to calibrate them, and I used them one time so far, and they were all spot on. I literally just screw them on to the valve stem, give it maybe 3 minutes or so, and come back and remove them, and they were all at 18. So I was really happy with that. I would definitely go this route. I like to have options. You know, I've got this one where you can just clip it on and push the button and remove the air. You can hook this up and leave the compressor off and just deplete the air that way. There's a lot of different ways and redundant systems that I have that give me options, which are cool. On the Ironman, you know, some people have the Smittybilt, some people have the Ironman. You know, they're both pretty identical compressors, but you have to do some work to them. You have to put an adapter fitting here. You have to change the Asian style quick disconnect that they give you to a more you know, SAE friendly style. Most people install some sort of a pressure switch, because if you don't install a pressure switch, once you turn this compressor on, it just runs constantly. And that's not what we want to do, because these have a duty cycle and they get really hot as well. So the duty cycle on this one is like 40 minutes, which it takes literally, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes at the most. It's probably even too much maybe start to finish 15 minutes to pump up the tires from 18 pounds back up to 31, all four, and then put everything away. This is pretty quick, but it does get really hot. And what's great about it is every time, you know, I check the air pressure, the compressor just shuts off. As long as I close that valve, it'll shut off. So that's good. You keep your runtime down and you keep the heat that's accumulating to a minimum. I also picked up this, what I consider a pretty good jack. What I liked about it was it had, you know, an adjustable height mechanism here, and it also has a locking feature. So as you pump this up, this ratchets and it locks this in place, and it goes up to 22 inches. So this jack will actually fit underneath the Jeep. I might use, or I have used, the traction mat to set the jack here in the center to give me some more height. It's not necessary, but it works well. I didn't want the big, what do they call, the high lift jacks. I just think they're huge, and you have to get a special mount for them and things like that. And I don't know, I figured I'd go this route first and see if I like it. You know, in my opinion, I hope I never have to change a flat tire, because I carry the compressor if I go off-road. And you know, down below here I also have a tire repair kit that comes with everything you need to fix a flat. So as long as I've got the tire repair kit and the compressor, or access to somebody else's air, I can fix a flat, which is the preferred way, instead of changing the spare, in my opinion. So yeah, that's where we're at. Really happy with it. You know, gotta give YouTube a lot of credit for other people's videos, which give me all these ideas and you know, lessons learned from other folks on what might be best for us. And yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. Looking forward to taking some longer off-road excursions with it, and eventually towing the Overland camper, which is due in November. So yeah, lots of cool stuff on the way. That's all I've got. Hope you enjoyed. Bye-bye.